It is the year 0024 of the 21st century. 4 years have passed since Noe started this hobby. A new home for his creative endeavors, where projects are born and raised and die. 10 months ago, due to unimaginable boredom, he proclaimed himself noe.hammer and launched his very own YouTube channel. Initial videos took over a month and saw him make a mildly popular turnip project. People were horrified by the indescribable atrocity of him dropping the series entirely. 10 months had passed since the channel started. Him and his subscribers were at a stalemate.
What's up, y'all? Turnip is back on the menu, boys. This is gonna be a quick video where I expand my little force beyond just some glorified tokens and one general. This time it's all about cannons and cavalry. So let's go. A squad of bastard coming right up. This is still a tea-themed force, so for the mounts we're gonna craft a little something fun. I'm gonna throw some clay on my very legit pottery wheel, and there you go, here's a tiny teacup. Gonna quickly carve some cracks into the side of the cup, and then we're gonna repair them. If you're like me and you're a cool hip guy who knows a lot about pottery, you'll know what kintsugi is. For the dorks in the back who slept through their ceramics degree, kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing ceramic cups with a gold-tinted lacquer. And kind of like what I'm doing right now, sometimes also just breaking cups on purpose to repair them. The cracks themselves add a dimension of beauty that an intact item just couldn't reveal, which is a philosophy that resonates perfectly with my love of hand-sculpted miniatures. Even though the cracks in kintsugi are ultimately random, it deals with the material in a way that I find very relatable to my own experience with the mediums I use. Sometimes I still find a little unintentionality poking through my work, and you know, I kinda wanna embrace that. After adding a couple of handles on the cups and making saucers for them out of milliput shaped on a form that I made from the bottom of a can, I glue these little dudes inside the cups. Super simple kit bash. They are made from Empire State Troops, a classic kit from GW with like a ton of great bits and details, and I got them like a while back and I really wanted to use the bodies for something. They were pretty cheap before leaving the range. They'll probably come back soon enough, and a box of 10 gives you a pretty good number of like random bits and cool bodies for kit bashing. Okay, back to the mount. I made a real quick armature for the legs and green stuffed it to the bottom of each cup. I carefully drilled that armature into the base and started sculpting some real legs around the wire. On two of the guys, I threw a little wheel support for the spear, just for like extra goofiness. And yeah, that's kind of it for the build here. Very quick, very fun job. I'm not gonna stray too far from the previous guys on this one either. Most of it is straight built from the Empire Volley Gun. Again, a kit from the Empire range that GW is putting on vacation for a bit still. It'll come back. The crew is a super quick build. I just swapped the kind of like chimney sweep thing that one of them has for the shovel end and put some tea leaves in it. I had a bag or 3 of ammo on the base as well as the bucket from the kit, just put on top of a couple rocks and a bellow to kind of like make a water heater. The basis for the minis in this video are going to be my go-to Turnip28 scheme. You can see me build and paint it in detail in this video. We've got the leaves and the water. What else do we need? Oh yeah, right, the teapot. Yeah, this little thing was in the same gift box as the canister from my first video, and I really couldn't wait to use it. I'm gonna make a little plume of smoke coming out of the pot, starting with my trusty old steel wire. I wrap it in a roll of green stuff, press and smooth it on the wire, and then add some balls of putty and blend it all into the main plume. And that's the build for the cannon. You may think that these are much quicker than what I usually do on this channel, and they kind of are. I was kind of craving a quick, simple build, and to be honest, like, putting these together took maybe 2 days, factoring in the cure time. So if you were using clay and not shooting a video making these, you could probably throw all of this together in like an afternoon. It feels nice just kicking back and relaxing, making some low effort, well, I'm not gonna say low effort, I like them, I'm happy with the builds. I think they turned out pretty well. I think the concept is really funny and strong, so it really feels unfair to call them low effort. But you catch my drift, right? I like settings like Turnip because it's so freeing, and I feel good just making some weird shit without putting too much thought into it like I'm doing with my larger projects. You know, Turnip's kind of my sketchbook. Painting for this little expansion of my army is largely stuff I've covered in previous videos, so if you'll forgive me, I'll stick to the stuff that's actually new, namely the porcelain. With my titanium white, I base coated the whole of the ceramics, and then let them sit for a couple hours. After that, I came in with the blue and started just doodling some motifs. In my mind, the idea of just like blue doodles on a white ceramic base kind of conveyed the look I wanted to go for well enough that it didn't feel like going for a specific look or a specific piece to replicate. So once again, using my turnip minis as a sketchbook, except this time literally. Using oils for this makes this a lot easier in my experience than doing it with acrylics. Honestly, it's great fun and pretty relaxing knowing I can just like go over and erase the freehands if I don't like them. After the entire thing is cured, I came in with Regency Gold, a paint from Dark Star, which I don't know if they still make. It's my favorite gold paint probably, and I painted the actual kintsugi veins. I did a quick bit of weathering with an enamel wash over the entire minis, cutting it back with white spirits and stuff, and finishing the entire look by putting a layer of gloss varnish over my cups and pots. And that is mostly a finished squad of bastards as well as a cannon. Here's what they look like. I recorded this one before going on vacation, so you guys wouldn't feel too lonely while I'm gone. It's shorter than usual, I know, but I feel like I covered the stuff that actually mattered for this one. Didn't want to ramble too much. I'm gonna have to rebase my tuff to fit with the vibe that I've kind of honed in on with the army now. I was struck by inspiration with these, and the next turnip vid will have to wait until I get more far out IDs or tea-related knickknacks. For a standard force, I'm gonna need 2 more characters and a couple of units, but I wouldn't mind having more options, as well as, some actual turnip terrain. The game's thriving, so I'm not feeling like I have to hurry too much to avoid missing out, and I don't want to dilute the army with builds that I don't like. There's probably a couple more vids in this series to come before I wrap this project up. Let me know if you'd be interested in me tackling specific stuff from the game. In the meantime, I've got some pretty juicy projects lined up for you, including a game. And depending on when this video actually goes out, you might even be able to get it already. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching this one and doing all the YouTube things that everybody asks you to do every time. I'll see you in the next video where I give you Havana Syndrome.